What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Steve from A Reptile I Am and Show Me Reptiles. What's going on, boss man?
What's up, Steve?
Oh, man, just out here living the Show Me dream, dude. So I'm kind of excited for tonight's show, Mickey. Why don't you tell everybody who's coming on tonight and a little bit about what we might be discussing?
Oh, we got my buddy Ben from Reptiles to You. We've always had a really good relationship with Reptiles to You for the longest of times, and Ben and I have been friends for quite some time. So we're going to talk a little bit about Reptiles to You and reptile shipping and things like that, all the fun stuff.
So yeah, and the title was Shipping Ain't Easy, and I know that that's got to be true, so I'm not naive thinking that just anybody can do it. So I appreciate those out there that are doing that for us. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring out Ben, but first we're going to run a little bit of a promo for him. So... All right, there it is, man. So without further ado, I'm going to bring out the man himself, Ben, and we're going to get this show going, boss.
Awesome. What's going on, everybody? As Steve would say, what's up, what's up, what's up?
I'm telling you, man, you already know what it is, Ben.
You might be wondering why my face is so close to the camera, because the surprise is you can't be a reptile shipper without a pink cowboy hat. That's how you do it. That's the only way. That's the secret.
Is there a tiara?
Absolutely. And it's light.
Of
course, you got to, you got it. You know it.
Okay. So
that's a trade secret right there.
It really is. I love that, dude. That shows a lot of personality, a lot of character right out of the gate. And
absolutely.
We're chock full of that over here at Show Me. So yeah, Mickey said, hey, Steve, this is what we're doing. We're going to have Ben on, and I want you to put together some questions. And I'm going to be honest with you, Ben. A couple of these are hot seat questions. I know you don't know what I'm going to ask, but I feel like coming from the community side of things, there's probably a few questions that our viewers might like to hear about. So
absolutely,
I'm going to go ahead and load it up. So are we ready, guys? Do you want me to go ahead and get things rolling?
Let's jump straight into it. Okay. I'd love to see too. I don't know if I probably can't see it, but it'd be great to see some live. Oh, I do live chat here. I don't know if I can see what people are saying or not, but I'll be glad to respond to anything that people are asking in the chat. But
so yeah, you know what? We've got quite a few people in here saying hi. Of course, we've got the Show Me team coming in. Let's get ready to rumble. We've got Wolfgeist. You must be that guy, Steve, or that Steve guy. So that's always good.
It pops up on the screen. There we go. I can see it. Awesome. Great.
Yeah, we've got Wayne from Kryptonite Dreams. So like we've got quite a few people down in the chats right now interested in
awesome
what all stuff's going on. So on the bottom, I'm also just putting it out there. So it actually says the question. So
nice.
My first one for you is, a little bit of a getting to know Reptiles to You. So can you provide an overview of like Reptile to You's journey from, its founding to its current position in the industry today?
Yes, absolutely. So, you can't start with Reptiles to You. We got to go back a little bit farther than that. The whole reason Reptiles to You even exists is Gann's Cricket Farm. That's back in 1952. That's my grandfather, Aubrey Ghann, who started that business. He started up with just an idea, basically. He was a welder for the Clarks Hill Dam here. I live in Augusta, Georgia, by the way, so we have a big lake. He was a welder on that dam. They were going to move him up north to Maine or somewhere for his next welding job. And he said, I don't want to uproot from Georgia. I'm going to stay here. We just built this giant lake. We're going to be a lot of fishermen. Let's do the bait business. So he, on a whim, just said, I'm going to throw some crickets in a van, start doing these bait routes. He did it. That was 1952. In the 80s, we started shipping. My dad bought it for my grandfather in somewhere in the 80s. I don't remember the exact year, but when he picked it up, I think it was 85. I'm pretty sure it was, actually. So when my dad picked it up in 1985, now we're in the age of FedEx. We're in the age of UPS. We'll just say FedEx for today because we're FedEx people here. But sure, we're in the age of shipping live animals now. So now we're shipping crickets all over. And I would say about that time, too, it started turning into more of a reptile industry instead of a cricket fishing industry. Fishing back in the day was very prevalent here in the South. I'm sure it probably still is everywhere. I was a fisherman. I'm more of a bass guy. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm the guy who has the last name Ghann, and I typically don't fish with crickets because I'm a bass fisherman, so I use artificial, but that's just me being honest. But a lot of people, they like their bluegill, like their brim. You're going to use crickets for that.
Sure.
Yeah, so they're out there fishing, and that was a great business. But the reptile industry just came out of nowhere and said, wow, it dwarfed what we were selling in crickets for the shipping, for the bait business. So now in the reptile industry, we have people all over saying, hey, I want these for food. So we started gearing our entire business model that direction to cater to these reptile people, all the breeders. And then, of course, now, I'm going to maybe skip ahead a little bit, back to the 2000s. We used to use a cricket called Akita domestica. We passed that cricket now. That cricket had a little bit of issues. Great for fishing, not as good for the reptile guys. Now we use the bandy cricket that everybody likes so much. Lives longer, smells better, much more healthy, just a heartier cricket, better nutritious for your animals, blah, blah, blah. So that's our main model now. So now when we got into actually catering towards the reptile industry, now we're booming, sending tons of crickets out. 5 million crickets a week we're sending out the door to all these reptile people. Then at some point it was, hey, why are we just shipping crickets? Like, why don't we start shipping reptiles too? We already have a live animal account. All these customers of ours who are reptile breeders, they need an affordable way to get their animals from their location to their customers. Because if you go to FedEx Direct, try to buy a label, let's say I want to buy a $50 bearded dragon. Hey, FedEx, I'd like to ship that from Augusta, Georgia to, let's say, Alaska. It's probably going to cost you $250 priority overnight, even if it's a tiny little small box. That's just, the business model is not good there. It's hard for a guy to sell an animal for $50 and then on top of that pay 5 times that amount in shipping. No one's going to want to do that. So that's where the whole thought process and idea came up of, let's make it more affordable for all these guys to actually be able to ship their animals from point A to point B. And not just that part, safer. FedEx doesn't know how to ship animals like this. They just don't. They don't have the expertise that a company like us do. So when we come in, now we're the ones who are showing you how to pack this animal, how to put all the proper temperature, heat control, et cetera, inside there, how to get it from point A to point B, super safe. So your animal actually ends up alive. That's what we all want, right? So
yeah.
That's the kind of general core concept of where this business came from.
Well, that's awesome. So you said 50 years, right?
Yeah, I mean more. So, 1952 is when the cricket farm started. 52. So since then, we didn't ship in 52. The shipping didn't happen until the 80s. But yeah, we're approaching 50 years on the shipping part. So
this isn't a question that I actually have up on the screen, but it just made me think of it when you were talking along those parameters of the time frame. So I'm not sure how old you are, Ben, but you've got to be right around my age.
That's a good question.
You're talking about the 80s. It sounds like I know that you said that it was something that your dad started or whatever, but you indeed grew up in the shipping family or whatever. I
did. Absolutely.
So that probably panders into quite a bit as well. So, okay. What do you think distinguishes reptiles to you from other providers in the industry?
Well, first off, there are no other providers. If you guys didn't know, Reptiles to You is the only company in the world that does this. Duh. We all know that. What other providers are we talking about here? Okay. All right. disclaimer, there's a couple of the people out there that might do this too. So why are we better is the biggest question. And we are better. Maybe. Yes, we are. The reason we're really good at what we do, let's word it like that. Again, what Steve just said, we've been doing this a long damn time. Since 1952, got just 70 years of blood in this industry. I won't say I was alive in 1952. I wasn't. I was going to ask a minute ago, what's the over-under for Ben's age? Does anybody know? We won't reveal that yet. Get a good look all around. Some point, we might reveal that, but we'll see what the chat says. Whoever gets the closest. How about this? Whoever gets the closest to the month. Free shipment, $100 value. Reptiles to you. Type in the chat. Whoever gets the closest to that, you get a free shipment right now. But you got, you get, let's say everybody gets one guess. So anyway, I divert. I digress. But anyway, yeah, back to what makes Reptiles to you, quote, really good or the best or better. I mean, customer service is the biggest part of that. I mean, that having a phone number that you can reach out to every single day. And we just hired somebody new. So now I got customer service running on phone lines from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. So that's 12 hours a day that you got customer service. And I'm going to do 5 hours on Saturday on the phones, probably 9 a.m. It's like 2 p.m. on Saturday. Email is pretty much 24/7. You can always access somebody on our team 24/7, but having that phone number you can call and get a live person is, I think, strategic in a lot of ways. A lot of people really want that. We're at the day and age where you get, tired of calling in, hey, Facebook, I need some help. And you get, put on some automatic chat that is not a real person. It's a pain in the ass. Nobody likes that. So being able to pick up a phone call, get someone for real, I think it's very important. So we do that. And now we're doing it 12 hours a day for 5 days a week. So a lot of service there. Outside of that, our service team are people that have been in this industry for a long time. Our lead right now, her name is Jessica. She worked for Gann's Cricket Farm for quite a while as our office manager over there. So she's got a lot of experience in the cricket farm and now in Reptiles to you. She knows FedEx up and down. She knows what she's doing. And we can even step back a hair before that and bring Debbie into this equation. I'm sure a lot of you know Debbie Price. Debbie Price has been the face of Reptiles to you for a long time. She's been our main customer service lead. And a lot of you don't know me. You don't know who Ben Ghann is. I'm a guy who's been behind the scenes. I haven't really put my face out there much. I just do a lot of business administrative stuff. I work on websites. I'm a tech guy. I got a mechanical engineering degree. That's my background. So, I'm not always out in the public, but I am going to be now. For those who didn't know, Debbie has officially retired as of a few months ago. Her email address is still active. You can still email her. She'll still talk to you. But as far as daily customer service needs, her number 2, which we call Lil Debbie, is Jessica. She's going to be answering the phone most of the time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're going to get Riley on Monday, Friday, and now you're going to get Jackie on the 5 days a week, 6 to 9 p.m. on our extra night shift. But anyway, back to the point of the question is, again, why are we better? Is excellent customer service is the main reason. I mean, all of us in this industry can just sell you a label. All you're getting is a FedEx label. I can do that. Steve can do that. Mickey can do that. They technically can't right now, but if they wanted to, they could go try. And yes, they could sell you a label. They could open a FedEx account and do it. But I mean, without that customer service background, not the guarantee that your animal is actually going to get there alive, what's the point? When you look at Reptiles to you or any shipping company from the breeder side or the customer side, you want to come into this knowing that, hey, when I put this label on this box and I put my animal in this box and send it away, you want that comfort in your heart knowing this is going to get from point A to point B and it's going to be alive. My animal is going to be taken good care of, blah, blah, blah. That's what everybody wants to know. So that's the main reason why you use us over somebody else. You get that awesome, warm, happy feeling in your heart that Jessica or Riley or Jackie or Debbie in the past, all those 4, one of those people are going to be directly taking care of that shipment, watching it from every single gate it goes through, watching it on and out of Memphis. If it gets delayed, they're going to be on the phone, call and say, move it from here, point A to point B. This got to be in a temperature control room, blah, blah, blah. So I won't talk too much on that. I could talk forever on it, but I'll give you guys a chance to speak. So
I got to follow up on that one too then, because you're kind of going off on these tangents or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
My question is this. When you reach out and you email or you speak to one of these customer service agents, do they indeed have one of those hats on as well?
I mean, they should. If they don't, I'm going to tell you right now, we need to go ahead and get this custom branded Reptiles to you. I think I need to do that. I mean, I probably will. Now that I think about it, I need the.
1,000 of them.
I would wear that. I would wear that. Maybe find a way to stencil the general. I would wear that. So
I would definitely rock that in Texas when I go to Texas.
Oh yeah, I mean this is my piece, man. I mean,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know why you would. I don't know why
I
you
would need a dozen of them because I'd be giving them away. Be like, oh, you can have my hat. It's a good time.
I think I am going to put that. I'm getting some new Reptiles 2 merch created right now anyway, so I think I may put that on the list, actually. I think we'll go ahead and toss the old pink cowboy R2 hat on the list with the batteries included. I'm not going to be cheap on that. We'll get the batteries in there too, so that way when you turn it on, you immediately get the flashing lights and all that too. So
He is dropping it.
Hey,
He's dropping
we got to do it. Hey, if there's one thing I can say that we do, we always do it right. I can tell you
That's
that.
right.
That's something that's ingrained in me. If you're gonna do anything, do it the right way. So
that's interesting lead in to my next question for you. So before you came out, I was saying, I'm not a shipper, so I'm naive to think that I know all the hurdles and all of the things that go into making sure everything is correct. I'd like to believe I do, but just like any job, there's a lot of behind the scenes. So for those of us like that, are there any hidden details that customers should kind of think about before choosing a certain shipper?
Sure. Yeah. And again, I would say the biggest, I think this kind of depends on who the customer is we're talking about here. If the customer is a vendor or quote breeder, reptile breeder, I mean, you probably shipped before, but there's a lot of you breeders I've talked to who haven't, who are scared to ship right now and are in that boat of, hey, I breed my animals. I go to trade shows. Maybe I didn't sell what I wanted to at the trade show, but someone messaged me on Facebook the day after and said, oh, I heard you had this animal. Oh, too late. I'm not in your town anymore. Well, you could ship that animal. And I know it's scary the first time you do this. It's scary because it's your pride and joy. It's an animal. You spent time. You got money tied up into it. So you're freaking out. Again, I've had a lot of people in that category. I don't know what to do. If I ship my animal, is it going to die? I'm not going to tell you that no animal has ever died in shipping ever. I mean, obviously that does happen. I will tell you that the percentage of that is astronomically low. Out of like 100,000 animals shipped, we're talking 5 or less out of 100,000. So it's very, very rare that that ever happens. And the only time that ever happens is when you guys don't listen to us and it's 18 degrees Fahrenheit outside and we say, do not ship. And then you go, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to do it anyway. I said, dude, it's 18 degrees. Don't ship. And you do it. And you're like, I got some heat packs in there. Look, 18's 18, man. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible for the animal to get there, but again, we put all over our website when those super cold days happen, do not ship. Same thing for the heat side. Do not ship when it's too hot. So
as a matter of fact, I saw that today on Facebook and Instagram. That you had something posted. I saw Mickey had shared it and I shared it as well. And it was saying that as of today, July 1st, if there is a shipping issue, that the animals may not make it until the 7th or something like that, right?
Correct. Absolutely. That's a great point. So yes, so today's Tuesday, July 1st. So let's say you ordered something today and you shipped out Tuesday. We still said today is safe to ship out Tuesday. It should be there tomorrow, Wednesday on the 2nd. But let's just say it got delayed for whatever reason. Now we're looking at one extra day, one extra FedEx working business day. So that means the 3rd. It could pop up the 3rd. You're still safe there. It's very, very, very rare that you're ever going to have a shipment that's priority overnight that's more than one day delayed. Again, it's not impossible that could happen, but it's extremely rare. So today, Tuesday, it would still be safe to ship. You're probably going to get it tomorrow. I think last year they had a 96.5% commitment delivery time. So 96.5% of all FedEx shipments across the nation were delivered on time based on their commitment time. So you're already looking at 3.5% on the ones that might be one day late. And then of that 3.5%, it's even smaller. That might be 2. But let's say you ship tomorrow, Wednesday. Not a great idea. You could, again, I sometimes I promise you there's some people who are going to do it. There will be some people who ship tomorrow. And we've already said, don't do it. But some people will anyway and say, I know FedEx, it's fine. I'm going from here to here. I'm still going to do it. I hope your animal gets there, on time. Hopefully you fall in that 96.5%, of the public out there, and you probably will be okay. But you're still taking a little bit of a risk. So I'd rather tell the public, don't do it at all, especially for the people that don't know what they're doing. If you are one of the guys who decides to take that risk on yourself, I mean, I can't stop you from doing it, but I'm recommending you not to do it, because it will happen every now and then. And then you're going to be that guy who's like, oh my gosh, this is my first time shipping and I didn't do it right. Yes. So don't do that.
I got a question for you, Ben. I know that your guys' customer service is pretty impeccable. Now, say somebody was going to ship and you told them not to, and their package got delayed in Memphis or Indianapolis or something like that. How do you guys usually handle that? I already know the answer, but
yeah, I mean, yeah. So this has happened. I mean, so it's definitely something that's happened many times where someone calls in and says, you know, hey, my animal got delayed. So there's two responses here of, quote, how we handle it. You know, on the animal side, of course, we're going to help and get that package and that animal to its destination for sure. So definitely, no matter what, if a shipment is delayed, we're going to talk to FedEx. We're going to do everything we can in our power to get that animal to its safe home. Now, and again, this has happened a decent amount. And again, 99.9% of the time in these delays, there's not an animal death. It's just, hey, my animal's delayed. It was a little bit hotter. It still made it, still alive, still fine, no problem. But the customer now is mad. Hey, I paid for overnight shipping, but now it's, you know, it took 2 days instead of 1. Am I going to give you your money back for that shipment? No, I'm not going to. If I sat there and told you to your face, do not ship this animal. It's a terrible idea. Don't do it. It's too hot. The delays, we got the 4th of July weekend coming up, and you do it anyway, and you get delayed after I told you not to do it. I won't say entirely no. It's very unlikely I'll give you your money back. It depends on how nice you are to me. If I'm on the phone, you're being cool with me and you're saying, hey, I'm a first-time shipper, you're very nice and sweet, yes, I'm going to help you out. If you're a 72-year-old lady, I'm not going to be a stickler and say, no, ma'am, I'm so sorry, you can't get your money back. But if you are, you know, a 35-year-old asshole and you're running your mouth and tell me, wow, it's my fault that your animal's delayed, then no, I'm probably going to say, look, again, buddy, we told you, don't ship it. You did anyway. It's on you.
Yeah. And you know what I kind of take out of that, Ben, from what you said over the last couple minutes is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you are a company that requires money to continue to function, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And you are indeed telling your customers, please wait the 7 days. So you're actually pursuing the betterment of
correct
or the safety and overall happiness of the animal and the customer that's receiving this animal from somebody else, you know, because everybody's really excited to get their new animal, and I get it. But the honesty is, a lot of these animals are going to live 20 plus years. What's one more week?
Right.
To make sure things are going the right way. So that's kind of something that I picked up from what you were saying is, you know, it's kind of animal first. So that's nice to hear.
Yeah. You want to do it the safe way. And like you said, I mean, it is a money thing too. So of course, when I post like I did yesterday, I posted on the website that said, don't ship starting Wednesday, the rest of the week, do not ship. So if you ship Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, any of those days that you ship, if it gets delayed at all, I mean, really, if you can't, don't ship Wednesday, period. I mean, don't ship Thursday, period. If you ship Thursday, for sure, 100%, it's going to be Monday if it's on time. So if you ship Thursday, you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's a 4-day overnight. That's period. That's if it's on time. And if it's delayed, it's going to be Tuesday. So definitely 1,000,000% don't ship Thursday. If you were the guy who decides to ship on Wednesday, again, I'm telling you, don't do it. But if you did, you might get lucky and it shows up Thursday. But I don't like having to put that on my website and tell everybody that. I mean, because again, people aren't going to ship now. So, I mean, anytime I have to say don't ship, that means there's no money flow, no cash flow. I got bills to pay each week. We got payroll to pay. We got overhead, all that. So when we tell people don't ship for whatever, for 2 weeks because it's so hot, I mean, yeah, that sucks for me because I'm not getting the money. If I didn't open my mouth, people would do it anyway. And again, 96.5% of those shipments would probably be okay, even during the heat. But that's just not right. Again, we do things right. I'd rather tell you guys up front, it's not safe. Don't do it. Let's just wait till it's safer. And, you know, like you said before, it's an animal that's going to live a long time. Why rush this? They can wait another freaking week. I mean, yeah, let's do it the right way. So we're all about doing it the right way.
So you kind of touched base on my next question, which was, what steps does Reptiles do you take keeping shipping on point? Well, obviously you guys are going on the backside looking at the various states' temperatures and things like that from what you just said. So is that something that like your customer service team does, or do you do that, or how does that work?
Yeah, as far as if I understand this question correctly, going back to what's on the screen here, what steps does RTU take to keep shipping quote on point? Just to be on it every single day and do our best to make sure every single animal actually gets there alive and not dead. There's a way you can be reactive and you can be proactive. And we do a lot of proactive steps in this business that I don't think everybody necessarily does in the world. For instance, we have shipments that first off, we're going to tell you to, hold at location 90% of the time. It's just the safest way to do it. Again, it depends on temperatures, but that's stuff that the shipper or the customer like you guys just don't really have all this FedEx knowledge in your head. So you don't really understand the process ahead of time of when I buy a shipping label and I put my animal in a box, what actually happens to the animal before it gets to where it's going. There's a ton of crap that happens. What's all involved? It's not something that's easy to learn. And even my customer service girls, it's taken, a year and a half before it's finally, okay, I'm finally getting a lot of this stuff. So it's not easy to just snap your fingers and read a couple documents on the internet and just, okay, I know how it all works now. Right. Even if you did and you're that smart and can understand all of it, on top of that, having the correct access into FedEx to be able to actually call in and make the moves and control this package is even more difficult. We can do that. We have special accounts to do that. That's what we do. But so how do we stay on point is all three of my customer service girls now, Jackie, Riley, and Jessica, all have this knowledge in their head. They already understand what's going to happen when this animal goes into a box. So let's just say, for instance, it gets shipped to a hub from Augusta, Georgia, where I'm at. Let's just say we're going to Texas for some reason. So I think we had one last week where this actually happened in Texas. And we ship it to a hub in Texas, and we've really done our job. At that point, the breeder, who's our customer, is now sending this animal from Augusta, Georgia to Texas. In Texas, it's the consumer who's going to, hey, I want to come pick up my new snake as a pet. It's really more so the breeder's job to kind of talk to his customer and make sure his customer is going to get the package, but we do that anyway, whether it's our job or not, we're on top of it. So we've already notified the breeder, hey, this package has landed here. Now we're notifying the customer as well. As soon as we see that customer hasn't picked up that package in 30, 45 minutes, an hour, we already look up the time slot to that particular location and say, this hub closes at 1:30. It's 12:15 right now. We're blowing this girl's, up on the phone saying, hey, you got a snake that's at this location. You got an hour and 15 minutes. Please go get that before when they close, you're not going to be able to get it till Monday. And then that hub's going to hold your animal all weekend. Now it will be safe inside a temp controlled environment, but still, I mean, it's not, you don't want it to be in that box any longer than it has to. So we do stuff like that again, every single day, calling hubs, making sure the actual recipients on the consumer end receive these packages, get them safely, happy animal. Yay. Everybody's happy. I'm happy. Customers happy. Breeders happy. So we kind of do the above and beyond on customer service. And it's a pain in the butt sometimes. It's a lot. I'll tell you, it's a lot. But again, it's the right way to do it. So that's why we do it.
Well, you slam dunked on my next question. How do you keep things cool when shipping gets hectic? Well, you already touched base on that. You guys, it sounds like you guys are all over everything. So
they're pretty great, man. Like I've shipped tons with R2U, and we've had some mishaps at hubs and stuff like that.
Yep.
And they've been all over it, like right on top of it. It's always been a really, really good experience with them guys. That's why it's never been a problem, using them and representing them at the shows and stuff like that.
I mean, it helps being able to get in touch with those particular hubs, because FedEx doesn't post those hub addresses on the internet. So if you go on the internet and say, oh, hey, I'd like to call this hub, this is where my animal's at, you can't call them. They're not going to answer the phone. They will not talk to the public. You got to go through our like FedEx Premier type stuff. I have to call in FedEx, worldwide customer service, tell them who I am, give them my account number, and then I have to, go through a person or two until I find someone that I demand connect me to that station. I need to talk to that station directly. They still don't like to do that. They're like, well, we'll just call the station for you. And sometimes I let them, if they can get it done, I'll let that slide. But sometimes I'm like, no. They'll come back and say, well, this is what they're saying. I said, that's not good enough. Connect me now. I need to talk to that station immediately, me directly in person. I get them to do it. Then I can talk to that person on the phone and say, okay, this is what the box looks like. Go find it. There's a person standing outside right now waiting to put that animal in their car. That's their son's birthday present, which was yesterday. It's already a day late. They're upset. Let's make a happy kid tonight. Let's get that damn animal in that kid's hands. And we do that. That's what we do.
Okay, so that kind of brings another question then. So do you guys offer, international shipping as well?
We just opened a brand new program to ship to Antarctica, actually. So I'm just kidding. That'd be cool, though.
I was going to say, that's not someplace that I think that, yeah.
I'm putting reptile shows in Antarctica.
Yes.
No.
I mean, there might be a market for it. I mean, we have to look and see. I don't go with all that conspiracy theory stuff of how many actual bases are out there in Antarctica somewhere over the, quote, ice wall. It's a reptile shipping center somewhere down in Antarctica. No, we currently don't really do international shipping directly. We have in the past. It is a very much pain in the butt, for sure.
Yeah.
International shipping is not easy. It's a lot of ropes to jump through. So FedEx does do it. You can. We don't recommend doing it through FedEx directly for live animals. And we have, again, in the past done it with crickets. Crickets are a little different. They're a live animal too, but when crickets die, no one's crying over their pet death. Whether it's a monetary thing or an emotional attachment, if you're, expensive snake or non-expensive snake or whatever animal that's actually your pet dies, it feels a little different. So we don't recommend ever doing that directly through FedEx for international stuff. I mean, you can't guarantee live overnight. You just can't. So if you want to ship to Canada, we can do that. So again, we don't necessarily do it directly. And the way this Canada shipping works, his name is Sam Fard. He's our contact. Reptile Express. We have that written all over our website. So there's a spot you can go. It says, how do I ship to Canada? Click here. You're going to send it to his address in New York. There's a bunch of stuff you need to read about what days to do this, what days is Sam going to be exporting, importing, etc. And he is a separate company that we work with hand in hand. And once we get the animal from the United States to his address in New York in the United States, that's going to be a priority overnight shipment to him. He's then going to take control of that animal, check on it, make sure it's all good and hunky-dory, ready to rock one more time. And then he's going to personally drive, or his business is going to drive that animal across the border into Canada to distribute to the appropriate recipient there. So we can ship to Canada, but that's more of a partnership with us and Reptile Express. We're not going to ship through FedEx directly to Canada. You don't want to do that.
Okay, so Mickey, do you have any? I mean, Ben, so the ins and outs. You've been shipping with them for years. I'm sure there's questions that I've left out here and there, but I felt like these were some pretty good bullet points. I still got a couple more to close, but do you have anything that you want to ask him or anything to put out there for our viewers?
Oh, let's see here. I don't know, Ben. I mean, what's the plan, moving forward with, with shipping and everything? I mean, think about doing anything new with shipping or?
Yeah. So let's, of course, tons right now. Tons. Ben's always got tons of plans on the horizon. Some of them are secret. Some of them are not. Pick a hand. Is it this hand? I would show you both hands right now, but my right hand's holding this, so I guess I can't do the pick a hand game. So pretend there's another hand there. If the audience picks the right hand, it'll unreveal secrets. What does Ben have planned for the future? Well, we're not going to reveal any crazy secrets right now, but Ben does have stuff planned for the future. I will say that I do plan on getting into a few other markets similar to reptiles. Obviously, aquatics is the biggest one on the horizon there that's similar to reptiles. I mean, we're allowed to ship aquatics right now. I can legally do that. It's not majorly different than reptiles other than, needing water, of course. If it's a fish or something, it can't breathe there. It's going to be inside of a bag. And there are people that ship aquatics right now under our FedEx account. So it's not a problem to do that today. It's just that I don't currently offer all of the dry good products that you would actually need to ship that animal today. So you'd have to get those products from somewhere else. And I mean, not to touch too much on that subject right now, but FedEx doesn't really like that anymore. So I guess technically right now, FedEx is saying, if you're going to ship aquatics through me, then you need to buy my stuff, which you can buy my, reptiles shipping boxes. Doesn't matter if it says reptiles on the outside or fish on the outside, but I do plan on having some branded boxes. I know a lot of you guys love my reptile boxes out there. And again, I'm flattered. Me, myself, I look at them, I'm like, it's just a box. But apparently a lot of people really like the Reptiles to You shipping box. So I appreciate that. We do try to do quality control. And I'll tell you that all of the ones we get from our shipping company or our provider for the boxes don't always come in perfect. So I get rid of a lot of them. If I look at them and they don't look good, I'm like, toss those aside. I train all my employees to do the same thing. We send out just top quality stuff. That's really my market. So at some point we will have the branded aquatics merchandise available for you guys to buy. So or dry goods, you could say. So that way you can kind of pack it, where the FedEx or whoever's going to be picking it up knows that it's an aquatic instead of a reptile. Again, legally doesn't matter too much, what's really written on the outside of the box there. FedEx says you got to buy it from me though. So if you're going to use my label, I guess you got to buy my stuff. So for now, buy a Reptiles box. If you have your inside packaging, you can, again, you can do that on your own. You can go to Walmart or whatever and get a plastic bag, fill it up with water, get all your temperature and heat control stuff for me. So, ship goldfish to your mom or something like that. That's totally fine. You can put it inside a Reptiles to You box. Not a big deal. But yeah, just make sure you follow all the shipping guidelines. And of course, buy that box for me now.
I love it. So, I tell you what, can you share your location and like the best contact method for people that might be interested in reaching out? And, at least I always tell everybody, make your own decision, do the research, and, kind of go off of that. So how can they dig in and look at your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, the easiest way obviously is, still playing with this little, I'm sorry that I've been moving this camera all around so much, guys. I'm playing with this little toy I got, this little thing here, but there we go. So the shirt I'm wearing right now is obviously a Reptiles to You shirt. We're going to try to get this little thing zoomed in right there, go this direction. There we go. Wrong way. Other way, camera. There you go. Come on. You can do it. It doesn't like the left button. There we go. Technology, man. It works sometimes. I think it's trying to stay on my face for whatever reason, but Reptiles to You. The website is just literally reptiles2you.com. I'm sure Steve or Mickey there can type it in the chat for me since I'm on a cell phone here, but reptiles2you.com. All the information you need is on that website. You can email myself, any person on our support team. support@reptiles2you.com is the main email. Again, all that information is on the website. There's a phone number on the website you can call. Tons of FAQ stuff. You can spend hours just looking through there and learning, this is how you ship stuff. I didn't know how to do this. And there's still a lot of people out there that don't. So I find that, for me, it seems a little wild, but every single week we get people who call in and say, I've never done this before. How do I do it? And that's encouraging. I'm happy that that's still happening. That means we got a lot of new up and coming reptile consumers / breeders in the industry who still love this industry, who still love having reptiles as pets. So I don't think this industry is going anywhere. I mean, overall, I'm sure everybody's feeling it right now. The economy, it's not the best right now. If I could do a Donald Trump impression right now, I would, but I can't do it right. So I go, economy, but it's been better, right? Everyone in the reptile industry is struggling a little bit, but everyone in the entire planet right now is in a lot of ways. So that's just part of the ebb and flow of life. It is. So I get that. I get that we're all out here, trying to put food on our table, trying to carry our lives on, what's next, what's tomorrow. But in the end, I think a little bit of happiness is something that we all still need. And apparently this reptile pet industry seems to be providing a little bit of that happiness. So again, I have faith that through these, tough economic times, no matter what your daily, weekly job is that you do every single day to pay your bills, that this industry will continue to thrive and there will be plenty of customers in the future, I think. So, I mean, look, I'm a lifer. Most people who get in here and hold these animals are lifers. It's just a fun, exciting thing. The first time you pick up an exotic animal, it's different. We all get brought up with dogs and cats. You pick up an exotic snake or something. Oh, this is cool. It's different. So I think that amazing feeling you get, and I've seen a lot of Steve's content that he's filmed too of these kids just going, oh yeah, look at this. You already know that kid's going to be a breeder, right?
That's my favorite thing.
It feels so good.
It makes me feel good. And guys, I'm not special, and being able to fill that little void or whatever for those first timers and those kids, I couldn't be more appreciative of the role that I have in the community. Honestly, I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. So I don't look past that. That's all I've got for you, Ben. I don't know if Mickey's got anything, but I don't want to let you go yet because I got a couple other things that I want to. You
can never let Ben go. What are you talking about?
And we didn't tell you about the after party yet. There's an after party. Oh.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, there's a couple things I wanted to pop up on the screen that Show Me's got going on. You may not be aware of them, so what better time to fill you in on some of the stuff?
Absolutely.
Mickey doesn't know what I'm going to pop up because I set it up before.
Yeah, surprise, baby.
I hope you're ready, man. So, okay, boss man, right here. I see this Junior Show Me Explorers class that's going on. What is this, dude?
Oh, so we've always been about, growing the next generation of reptile keepers. It's something that, we've always worked on, is getting the kids involved, teaching about the reptiles and stuff like that. Actually used to host a weekly hike around parks and teach kids about reptiles, but
that's
down at the Springfield store, they have tons of space down there. So we decided, hey, let's get some of these kids in here and let them learn about the reptiles that we've got down there at the store. So I think they get to go in there for a couple hours, a day every week or so, and come in there and learn about reptiles from the staff.
Awesome.
That's super, super cool. I'm like really jealous because I would still go and do it. I'm not naive that I couldn't leave having learned a little something. And nothing like this was ever available when I was younger. This would have been amazing. Now, what location is this at again, Mickey?
This one's at our Springfield location. We're going to work on doing some stuff like this at our other store locations. It's a good time. The kids really love stuff like that. And, that's part of the reason why I do what I do. I love watching the kids and even the adults. The first time they get to hold a reptile, that sparkle in their eye.
Oh, yeah.
That makes all of the crap that I have to deal with in doing what I do worth it, like it's just great. So I might even actually be down there for the first one just kind of make sure it goes off good.
Yeah. And that's cool, dude. I don't know if it's something where I can slide in, but it seems really cool. But there's more. There's more stuff that I put up on here. So that one is specific for Springfield right now. But this here is something you guys haven't going on that's Show Me Reptile Shops, all three of the locations, and it's a Colubrid Week.
Oh.
Yeah, so we got Colubrid Week this week. We've been trying to do a themed week every week where customers can come in and, learn about, like leopard geckos or colubrids. And we're also offering some pretty good discounts, for new colubrid owners, they get a setup and the animal, they get it at a very reasonable price. That way we're making sure that animal's set up for success and that keeper's set up for success. Because really that's what it's all about, making sure the animals are set up properly before they leave the store. So
it's kind of a piggyback question, I guess, then, Mickey. So your junior explorers class you have, do you see some of those kids coming in for this stuff as well down the road, where you're seeing the culture in your local area?
So here's the thing, Steve. So there's a lot of people that work for me now in the company that were kids at some of these educational events, kids at the reptile expos and stuff like that years ago. So yeah, we've been building a really cool culture and community. And yeah, the kids, they will bug their parents. They'll do chores. They'll get good grades just so they could, come in and get a reptile if that's what they want.
Sure. It would have worked with me for sure. Okay, we do have something else that's coming up, and it looks like Crested Gecko Week is the following week.
Oh, yeah.
And that's for all 3 locations as well. And that's going to be similar, I'm guessing, where they come in and just get the works. And 25% off Crested Geckos all week. So that's a really good time. Was there... Oh, it's 25% off on all colubrids too. That's
okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Okay. I got to put you on the spot, Mickey.
Let's do it.
I want you to show everybody that plaque that you said that you got from that little boy. It was behind the scenes. He was just FaceTiming me and he showed me, but I thought it was really cool. And if you'd like to share the story, I'd like people to hear it.
Sure. Let me get my
let's check it out.
So while he's doing that, guys, I am going to go ahead and run something else real quick. We've got the Show Me Roadshow coming to Sedalia coming up, and your boy's going to be there. Man, don't miss it.
Show Me Reptile Show proudly presents the Sedalia Reptile Show, Saturday, July 12th and the 13th. For details or tickets, visit showmereptileshow.com.
I'm stoked about Sedalia.
All right, I'll be there in spirit.
I know you will. I need that pink hat. We need pink hats for Daytona, boss.
I'm telling you.
Get us some pink hats for Reptiles to use.
I'm telling you. It's on the list. I'm making them. I'm already going to make them.
We need 3. There's 3 of us for sure going from my house.
I'm going to make 1,000 of them. We're just going to give them out.
There you go.
Batteries included. Batteries included. That's how we roll.
Mickey,
So I've been going through stuff because I'm moving. I moved into a new office. I built an office in the back of the Troy store, and I've been going through kind of stuff to kind of bring up here and hang up on the wall. And this is a herpetarium. This boy, I can't remember his name, and it's not on here. But we helped them put together a herpetarium project at a school. Some years ago for his Eagle Scout project. It was super cool. We got a lot of the people in the community to donate animals, and we set them up with some enclosures and things like that. And that's what it's all about. With educating the next generation. That's I'm sure I'll find more stuff like that as I'm going through all my office stuff. But so when people support us, they're really supporting the future of our industry and our hobby. And I don't know, it's just nice to see things like this because it makes me remember why I do what I do. Because some days it's not fun.
Some days are definitely harder than others, and there's a couple of them every week.
Yeah, like 6 of them.
Yeah. So that's what I've got, guys. We've pretty much taken up the hour. Ben, I apologize. I told you 20 or 30 minutes, but
no,
I kind of wanted to put the
script
to
we
you
all
and
knew
get
better.
to know you.
Once
to know
Ben
you a little
talking,
bit.
He talks.
Surprise, surprise, guests. Ben's going to hijack the show here, and we're going for another whole hour. Strap in. Just kidding.
I got some water. Let's do it.
So real quick, I'll ask you this, Ben. What's the next Show Me show that we think we're gonna see you guys at?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I got a big list that I've already created. My warehouse worker, Nick, aka Cuddles, we'll give him a shout out. Some of you guys may have seen him at trade shows before. I wish I had a picture handy right now to throw up on screen and say this guy. He goes by Cuddles. He's usually the guy that you see behind the booth at the reptile trade shows. I'm usually there walking around somewhere. Sometimes I send him to shows by himself where I'm not there. But yeah, we have a list of ones we're doing for the rest of the year for Show Me. And they're mostly around the southeastern-ish area where we're not going to be driving more than, 5-6 hours, something like that. My guy Cuz doesn't mind driving. He said, he's like, dude, I'll drive it. I'll drive to Colorado. I was like, okay, sure. I know you drive to Colorado. I'm not going to, that's a long drive. I was like, I'll fly. I'm not going to drive to Colorado, but I would like to go do one of those Colorado shows. It's on my list to do, but without looking at my list, I don't remember off the top of my head what's the next one we're going to be doing here coming up. I mean, you tell me what's the southeast ones, Mickey. If you toss one out, I can't. I know we're doing. Let's say I'm not going to do that Little Rock one. I know that's one you talked to me about. We talked about a little bit. That one hadn't happened yet, right?
That's coming up next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. And that one I know seems like a good one. When I looked on, I think it's like 14, 15 hours. I was like, damn, that's like farther than I thought it was, which seems wild. I didn't think it was that far away from it, but it's pretty far. I was going to leave that one up to Nick, aka Cuds, if he wanted to do that one or not. I probably, if he does, I may pop in on a plane or something and show up and just. But that's a long way to drive. And again, I know a lot of you reptile breeders out there do these long pokes and drives to these shows, and man, power to you. I mean, I did in the past for another job I did when I worked for FEMA. I did these drives all over the country. Just had a special little sat phone that would ring and say, "Hey, we need you here. Just drive across country." And I did it for a while, but man, I don't know. 4 or 5 hours in a car is about all I can take anymore, and I hate it after that. I hate it so much. So.
Hey, I tell you what, man. Show Me Reptiles will make a man out of you in that vehicle.
I know.
It will push you to your boundaries, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying, let's see if I can point right. This guy right here, I know. Every time I talk to him, he's on the damn road going from point A to point B. And this guy right here is also doing it too. Both of these guys are always on the damn road. Look at him. He's in a car. You're in a car right now driving somewhere probably. He's in a car right now.
I'm not driving, but I am indeed off to a herping destination.
He's on the way to something right now. So these guys are always in the car going somewhere, man.
The difference. My trips haven't gotten as long as Mickey's because he'll call me and he's like, "Oh man, I'm almost there." And I'm like, "Well, where are you going?" And he's like, "It's like probably another 10 hours, dude. Not a problem." And I'm like, "Are you nuts?" And he's like, "I haven't sleeping since last Tuesday."
Look, it's a job that I don't want and that I don't envy. I mean, but somebody has to do it. And I mean, the fact that, this dude, again, I'm trying to point with the finger the right way. Yeah, the fact that he's doing it all the damn time. And again, you two, both of you guys are always doing that. I mean, people don't understand just being in the car that long, that much time back to back to back. That's dedication. That's for real. I mean, that's dedication. It's a lot of hard work.
Driving, and I'll pass truckers on the highway sleeping, and I'm just like,
right.
Fucking pussies.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, come on. Yeah, they got that 60-mile-an-hour limiter on their thing. So, they do all that now. So.
I'm going 100 miles an hour down the highway at 2 o'clock in the morning, making memes and stuff, laughing about it.
Talking to me on the phone on the other side of the United States.
Oh, yeah. And I did my fair share of it. And look, if I had to again, I would. I don't love it. There's two things the two things that are my pet peeves of things I don't like is being in a car more than like 6-ish, 5 hours, somewhere in there. I'm not too happy. The other one is moving. I hate moving shit. I hate just moving from point A to point B. Let's haul everything out of my house, put it in a truck, haul it across the country. I hate it. I've done it a lot of times, and I hate it every time.
I'll say this: I have a lot of fun on the long road trips with Mickey. Because we stop along the way. If there's like a state park or something cool, we'll take our lunch break there and then we'll hit another 6 hours on the road. So it's kind of like you said, we're always on our way somewhere.
Yeah.
and we're always on our way somewhere when we're on our way somewhere too. We just don't know where it's going to be. So it's a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun. And that's all I've got.
How old's Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. I'm glad you brought that back up because I meant to say that a minute ago. I was going to say, did anybody ever chime in on the chat and get their over unders on where Ben's actual age is? So how about this? This would be kind of funny. How about which one of me, Steve, and Mickey is the youngest? And if you pick that answer correctly, you also get an additional $100 added to your account for free shipment. So that's $200 I'm giving away. First is pick my age. If you pick my age within the month, I could just say, fuck it, year. Pick my age of the year. Pick my exact age to the year. That's $100 free shipment. We're just going to add it to your account. And then I guess we have to reveal the other one first. Because if you give my exact age, I don't know if they know how old you guys are or not. But the other one is which one of me or Mickey or Steve is younger. So
I'm not sure what that answer is exactly.
I actually don't know either. I could be like in my 50s.
You could be. You look it.
I also could be. I might be a real mature 19-year-old.
Yeah. It was a hard teenage years.
Some real tough years. I'm gonna tell you what, boy. So I can't see the chat I can a little bit what pops up on the screen, but I know these other guys can see the chat. So look, I'm a man of my word though. If you guys have typed in the chat and one of you guys have picked my exact age, let's give them like another 60 seconds or whatever, and then I'll just say it. And then before that, whoever got it or whatever, we'll look back through the chat. I'll let Steve or Mickey do that and find who the person is. And we'll say, hey, you're the right guy. And if you got me right, then we'll if you haven't created an account on my website yet, go ahead and create one. We'll go ahead and hook you up with the $100 free shipment. And there you go. So
a lot of people slept on it, Ben. But
I forgot we talked about it. But
we have Ben is 44 and born in September.
Okay.
We've got January 1988.
Oh, okay. I like that one. That's a good one right there.
47 in October.
Okay.
And then I chimed in. I don't count, but I still want to be damn right. So I guessed 39 in October.
Okay.
Someone else 41 in October's coming in hard.
You guys are close. You run around the number there. So, since I'm going to throw out the exact month now and not be that specific, I'll go ahead and tell you it's September. It is September. So, give you a final clue here. Oh, look, Ben don't have any hair no more. Oh, woman of it's gray too.
You don't have any shoes on.
You got rid of the ponytail.
I have had, I was going to say, if any of you guys have ever seen me in the past, I'm trying to do the camera right here. I have in the past, I've always had long hair, and I cut it off like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I am now, it's the first time in my life I've ever not had long hair, and it feels actually pretty awesome, especially because I'm in Georgia and it's like 100 degrees out here. So, and now taking showers are super easy. I can just go whoop. So it feels good now.
Glorious Viking, Ben. How did you manage to keep the color here?
Dude, it's just in the DNA, baby. Because look, you see right here.
It looked like he Tito Ortiz the top of his head.
My hair is definitely silver and gray. I'm what you call the old silver fox or whatever. I'm definitely that in my hair up here. This, shit, I might have another 10 years out of this bad boy before it turns white. So,
we need to switch. We need to switch. My beard's turning gray, not my hair on my head.
Oh, right. Yeah. So we just switched on that.
Somebody needs a full gray. We need to switch it out.
And I've just got the weird Doctor Strange spackling going on. I don't know. Whatever. Distinguished. So,
hey. Age is an idea. It's there's some truth to that a little bit. You know, I'm like stumbling. I mean, it's a real thing too. I mean, you feel it at a certain place, but look, it's also an idea, state of mind. So
I got my birthday tiptoeing, dude, July 18th, and I'm too busy to even worry about my age anymore. Hell, as a matter of fact, I misplaced a couple years in my early 40s.
Mine's like a week away. Mine's like next week.
Your birthday is?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we'll definitely get to it now and say what the answer is here for some of these guys who hopefully typed in chat. So the answer for Ben is September 17, 1986. That makes me 38 years old right now, turning 39 in September this year. So I got one more year in my 30s before I'm a old 40s fuck, like maybe both these guys. I know Steve's already. I don't know. I can't remember exactly Mickey's age here. So
for the second question, you can't pick me because I'm over here Father's Time. So I am the oldest of the three.
Ben's the youngest. I'll be 40.
I am. Okay. I was like, I couldn't remember. So what was your, Mickey? What year?
1984.
84. Okay. So Mickey's got 2 years on me. So he's in that 4 zone already. So, hey, we're all we can barely claim him. He's in the 80s a little bit, I guess. He was almost a boomer.
Hey,
you boomer.
You know what broke my heart? I recently found out that they changed the categories.
Right. They do.
We're all considered millennials.
Right. They did change that because.
How are you going to change like a 12-year gap?
Yes, I heard that too. And I didn't even know that I was a millennial originally. I didn't know I was a millennial because, you know, I was when that whole thing came out, we were kind of talking shit on, millennials, all this. And then I was like, I'm a millennial. Damn it. I am. Damn it. Okay. I'm a millennial too. I guess I'm in that category. Okay. Well, now, hey, I'm proud now. But you know, I didn't know much about the whole Gens, you know, Z, A, whatever, boomer, millennial stuff. So Gen X, I think that was before us, before me at least. You should be a Gen Xer, I think, technically. Like, you probably just got robbed out of that group then, right, Steve? Because I think millennial was like 80. I think maybe Mickey's on the line. I think it was like 84 plus something. So,
yeah, I can accept that you were close, but Mickey's closing way too close to my age. So I'm sure he was way clear of the millennials stuff.
So technically, Ben Ghann is a millennial.
And they're calling like millennials from 79 forward now.
Hey, that's good to know, actually, because I do have a lot of friends that are right in that range of like late 70s, early 80s, who, of course, are most of the people that I hang out with who have given me shit about, hey, guess what? You're a millennial. That's how I found out about this whole thing, because I didn't know. And they were just giving me crap about it and saying, hey, this is the category you're in. And I was like, nah, millennial. I thought that was like 1990s people.
I'm just like, look, I can't be a millennial, dude. I remember when internet started up. I had a pager. I remember the original cell phones. You can't be a millennial unless you were born like after technology.
We used to use payphones. I can still use a rotary phone.
Yeah. I still got one. I got one for real. It's not hooked up, but I do have one.
No, you may not believe this, but back in my day, they used to have boxes on the side of the street that you would go in and talk on.
I've used them.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
I grew up with well. We had a well water. When water like came into a bottle, I was like, what? This is the stupidest idea I've ever heard of. Like, I literally have a pump in the backyard that is go pump, push a little thing down, and the water just spits out, and it's ice freaking cold right out of the ground. Tastes awesome. Well water. I grew up with that. It's delicious. And it's like, hey, we're gonna put it in a bottle for you in plastic, and then you have to pay us for it.
That was the world's best marketing scheme.
I'm telling you. I'm sure there's so many people that said, no, it's dumb, never going to work. And for some reason, it freaking worked. And yeah. And look, I'm guilty to the day. I do. I buy them at the gas station, Circle K. I get the freaking 24 packs of water. I keep one in the back of my car all the time. There's a 24 pack in there, and I just pull waters out of it. So it's convenient. Whatever. I do it. So I'm guilty.
You know that you're old when the movies we saw when we were younger that were futuristic, they're like in the year 2015.
You're right.
It's like, oh, dude.
I'm still
Yeah,
pissed off there's no flying cars.
I know. Yeah, that was Back to the
We were
Future. We had all the flying car
promised
stuff.
Cars.
We got robbed.
Yeah,
We got robbed on that.
Instead, we got the Tesla.
And I always wanted to do those hoverboards. And Ben, you teased me about having one of those water jet boards.
I got one. I have one.
I'm telling you, I need to play with that thing.
It sounds like I'd break my face on that thing.
I think I could drown myself strapped to that, bro.
Yeah.
It's not like, look, I was worried about that too. You know, I had a couple beers before I got on it, just to be honest, because I was a little nervous about it. I was like, screw it. Beer fixes everything. We'll have a couple beers. It'll be fine. That's the redneck's famous last words. You know, hey, y'all watch this. And I got on the damn thing. And I mean, within 30 seconds, I was doing it. Felt good. I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. And then your biggest concern is, you know, oh, when I dive in the water, is it just going to like push me down to the bottom and I'm going to drown myself, right? You're thinking that. But in reality, it's so natural feeling that it's just like this. If you dive into a swimming pool right now, are you worried about like kicking your feet and like running into the bottom? Like, oh, I'm just going to keep kicking my feet and swim to the bottom and I can't figure out which way's up and down. No. Yeah, I mean, that's not a thought that crosses your mind. It's the same thing with something like this. It's very natural. You get it pretty quick. But since, you know, you're not entirely in control, there's a little bit of that weirdness to it. But I like it. It's fun. It's a workout. I'll tell you, it's designed for people in their 20s.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a workout, but it's cool.
I want to come out. I want to see the facility, shoot some content, and play around and leave with that. Oh, it looked like Mickey. Did you just pick up something fun to show everybody, or?
Well, there, one of the store kids had a rat out, and I went and grabbed it. So
he's already started the process of working. All right, hey guys, I know you're busy. Thank you so much for coming on. Letting me pick your brain, and that's all I've got, guys. Much love, and thank you for everybody tuning in.
Absolutely. We're gonna catch y'all next time.
Later.
Reptile for you, baby. Let's get it.